little bit naughty. That one's just popped right out. I shouldn't have flicked that hornet. It's going to sting you now. It looks like Kim and Aggie have come and dusted it for us. Fancy a Toby Carvery though. I probably won't have dinner tonight. I like that. Hey guys, welcome back. I'm back from my holiday. So unfortunately you're gonna have to put up with me a little bit more because now Jordan's on holiday. We've had a little swap. So we're out today down towards London. I think we're in Watford somewhere. I don't know, I should really pay more attention to where I'm actually driving. But I'm here with the man himself, Lee and Reuben. We're just doing an EICR. So it's Lee's first EICR with us as a company, and I need to stress that with us as a company. He's a super experienced electrician. He's done loads of EICRs, so I'm not here to try and teach him how to suck eggs. I'm just gonna show him our way of doing things because there's such a huge spread in the industry of ways to do things. There's 10 ways to skin a cat. Probably more nowadays with modern technology and tools. So the plan is I'm going to get Lee set up inside, showing him the software and things as well, because we use a different software to what he's used to, using Vespula or Mega Easy Cert now. Once he's comfortable and cracking on with that, I'm going to try and stay out of his way, so I'm going to come outside and probably, I can't really do too much because we're basically coming back Thursday to do a consumer unit change and fit a car charger, but we haven't got all the stuff. But we have got the car charger and the cable, so I'm probably just going to start running it in until I run out of clips because I haven't got many left, and get the charger itself mounted. Yeah, then it should be a nice easy day Thursday. I could just come, swap the consumer unit, finish off the last bits on the car charger, and then we're sweet, ready to go. So anyway, come inside. Oh wow, there they are. I've been away on holiday and I've come back to new tools and new boots. That is not bad going. Oh, they are really nice. Thank you very much to Still Blue. I think these are Australian. Oh no, Australian, European, American. That's nice. Multicultural boots. Let's try these on. Oh, thanks to Chris from CJR for my socks. I love them as well. And what's cool is they zip off. Although I'm not going to want to take them off, I can zip them off. So for when I'm going into customers' houses and things, because usually I always wear slip-ons, but this should mean I can just zip them off. But to be honest, these are so clean, I'm going to just wear these in today. The only thing is I'm a bit embarrassed to be filmed doing laces. I never learned to do my laces properly. I wish someone would just teach me how. Right, first things first order of business, being back from holiday. If the guy from St Ives, who I saw last week, or the week before, whenever, by the time this video comes out, is watching this, I owe you an apology. I'm really sorry. You came over and said hi, which was really nice, but I was just like completely on another planet talking to my mate. I wasn't ignoring you. Someone came over in St Ives and was like, oh, really nice to meet you, you know, like I watched the YouTube channel and stuff, and I basically ignored him. It wasn't intentional. I was just like, I was so into my conversation and I was like, yeah. And then just like carried on walking, and then it was only afterwards I thought, hang on a minute, what did he say? And then I felt really bad. I had Cornish pasties. I was just in another world, mate. So accept my apology and DM Jordan and I'll send you something on Amazon, or like I'll send you a t-shirt, like some merch or something, because I'm sorry, I'm not actually that arrogant in real life. Right, so we're here in the kitchen. Just to reiterate, I'm not teaching what's your name again?
Reuben too.
Just to reiterate, I'm not teaching Lee how to suck eggs. Like, he's done EICR since Reuben was in nappies last year. Would you agree that 10 different electricians would do a test 10 different ways?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, everyone's got their own opinion, haven't they? So
yeah, their own opinion, their own way of doing things. None of them are necessarily wrong. It just depends on circumstance and that. But I think with the company, what Jordan's got in mind with it, trying to scale it up. Why is McDonald's so successful? It's successful because it doesn't matter where you go in the country, you're not going to get food poisoning. You know exactly what to expect, what things are going to taste like. The service is the same, and that continuity in service is what makes a very successful company. And I think for us as well as a company, it's going to be a case of basically trying to make sure that as it grows, all of the electricians are kind of singing from the same hymn sheet, you know?
Yeah, definitely.
A lot of companies, when they do an EICR, they might not measure their R1 plus R2, they'll get it by calculation from a ZS reading. Personally, unless I really can't switch off that circuit for good reason, I would usually find it more thorough and, to be honest, sometimes quicker, just to take an actual R1 plus R2 measurement. And for any metallic things, usually I'll get my Wonder-in lead out or my R2 lead out, as you've seen me use for fault finding and things, just to make sure any class 1 appliances and products and things are earthed properly. I don't really want to get in Lee's way, so I'm just going to go out and start cracking on, and then maybe just come in from time to time just to check and see how he's getting on. Yeah, I'll leave you to it.
Cool.
Right, so we're going to stick the charger just here. Doing a zappy today. Nice easy install. I'm just really excited to use these new tools. It's good actually, my tools, my DeWalt ones, I've had for years and they're just starting to wear out, and they're all my own tools. Jordan did offer tools to use, but not the biggest fan of Makita really, and all the stuff he had was Makita, so I just stuck to using my own. But I have to say, it looks really nice and it just sounds really nice. I'm gonna mark this up, mount this. I've already got a little tracer pen. How's it been with me being gone?
Fine. Yeah.
Having no father figure in your life. That is quite high.
Yeah, it is.
Got to be approximately there. I would usually say measure between them.
Yeah.
But to be honest, yeah, that looks good. So if you just make sure it's level.
I could just
so you're only.
Top it up.
You don't know that course is straight. Sometimes brick courses are wonky, and you don't know that cardboard's been cut straight. The only thing you know is straight is that black drawn line there. So if you get down on it. Oh, okay. I don't know if that is just the really nice drill bits or the drill or a healthy mixture of both, but that is quite spectacular. Nice. So I was in Cornwall this weekend. What I would say is I love being on the coast, absolutely love it. That's why I've got a house now in Stevenage. I just love being by the beach, and I figured if I buy a house by the beach now, by Greta Thunberg's warnings, well, I'll be like swimming with the polar bears in a couple of years. But I thought if I buy a house inland, right above sea level in Stevenage, another 10, 15 years, I'm gonna have a lovely seaside cottage. So it's actually a very smart investment. Global warming is no joke. You should do everything you can do to prevent it. But at the minute, it looks like it's happening. So in the words of Bear Grylls, improvise, adapt, overcome. That's not a hornet actually.
What the heck is that?
It's like a horsefly or something. Should we see if it stings me?
There's a great big nest in there.
Is there? Oh flip, it might have been a hornet then. Whoops. Oh yeah, they're really angry. I shouldn't have flicked that hornet. You see the nest? Oh yeah. Oops. It was him.
That's just a little fly.
You have the hornet germs, it's going to sting you now. Thank you, Mr. No Neck. That's like, when people say, oh, I really like the sound of your guitar. It's got such a nice tone. Like, oh, cheers. Yeah, the guitar played that song really well. Do you have snacks? Do you reckon Lee has snacks? Oh, these? No, I got these for Reuben because I kept losing him under doors. Like, he would slide underneath the door and I couldn't get him out. And trying to like open the door would just be wedging the skin off of his spine. So I've just got these to keep him safe while we're on jobs. And I've got this to punish him as well. When I see him on his phone or if he's being bad. Just put a tiny bit of pepper in there. We got Reuben a set of these, but I can barely fit them in my trousers.
Oh, yeah.
You can try them, go for it. If you can get them in, you can have them. There's no chance.
Give it a second. It's going.
Insanely difficult.
Do you want me to hold these down?
Yeah, actually, that's a good shout. Cheers. I'd hate to flash an ankle. My knees are going to be so protected because I'm not going to be using them because I'm not going to do any work because you're just sitting in the van the whole time trying to get the things on. This actually will protect all of my joints. My wrists feel better as well actually because I'm not doing any work at all. It takes you 4 years to fit them. Yeah, we'll have to get the DeWalt one out. So I found one thing. This is just an SDS and drill. It doesn't have like a chisel mode on it. And whenever we're coming around corners like this, I always like to just take the corner off the brick so that you've not got that sharp edge. Might not be able to get rid of the DeWalt stuff just yet. This Hoover is just powered off of the actual drill. So it has those 3 ports that just plug in and then it just clips in like so. It's got the filters and everything in there. Oh, okay. That's apparently how you empty it. I'll have to hoover that up. Should we see how this extracts dust on a flat surface? That's a little bit naughty. I like that. And it's like Kim and Aggie have come and dusted it for us. Reuben, we don't need you anymore. I'm really sorry. I was already looking for an excuse, but we're gonna have to let you go.
So absolute classic. Use these adapters for the lights, which are great for metal fittings. Not getting any reading. Take it down, and as you can see, it's not even been connected. So better check the rest through the house and see they're probably all the same. So make a note of it and check a few more. Get that fixed. We're going to go up in the loft and have a look because apparently the client says there's a lot of junction boxes in the ceiling, spider webbing everywhere, so I've got a feeling a lot of the earths probably aren't even connected throughout, so that's definitely something to go check. Reuben, not me.
Yeah, that's not great. Not great at all. It's more complicated to do things the wrong way than just to get someone competent in. If you're a DIYer even, just go on YouTube. I know I shouldn't say that because like meant to be kind of a little bit anti-encouraging people to do electrics themselves. But seriously, like, I don't know, my dad, I'll catch him doing electrics all the time, which is naughty because like not qualified, but will do a good job because he has YouTube and has things to reference. Well, maybe not always the most professional job, but better than that. There's no need to screw things up that much now, is there? In the age of information and the age of technology, at least use WikiHow is all I'm asking. Just use WikiHow, not WikiLeaks. That'll get you sent straight to Geneva. Not good. We've all been there, done that, got the t-shirt. Probably worth opening a couple up, isn't it? I don't think there'll be, I was going to say I don't think there'll be any earth sleeving, but actually there's earth sleeving. How's this being done then? What they've done is, I don't know if people remember that video where you had all of the wiring inside that annex pulled back to the consumer unit, and then they'd done all the switch wiring inside the consumer unit, and it was a bit complicated to figure out. They've basically just done that here. They've pulled all the lines from every light fitting back to these junction boxes and all the switch lines back to it. Like the switch line there is going to a junction box, and then from the junction box out to the lights. Permanent feed up, permanent feed in, across, permanent feed, permanent feed. This is just bouncing the permanent feeds. And they've just done all the light wiring up here. Not great, but I'm just going to tighten them all up because they are incredibly loose. Don't think it's something I really lose sleep over. I might put it down as like a code 3 on some of the boxes, just because they're not, I wouldn't really class them as very maintainable really, the connections. So I would make them a maintenance free connection. It's not a huge concern basically, so that's good. That one's just popped right out. Lee is struggling to get reading on R1 plus R2 on some of the fittings downstairs. Try and make myself useful. Come up and see what I can find, but so far I don't see any earths that have popped out, so it might just be even in the ceiling above the fitting or something. There's also a light switch in the kitchen. It looks like it's been moved or something because they come in from the side, and Lee's noticed that behind the fridge there's a little blank plate, so it's very possible that they've extended and moved the things across. Even I can't reach it, even me.
Do you want me to get it for you?
No, it's okay. Just shout to Lee. Right, so what I've done here, while Lee was doing the EICR, we're not actually meant to do this until Thursday, hence why we haven't really got the proper materials for it yet. I haven't got the clips and the gland for the SWA, but I just thought I might as well get as much of it done as possible so that I'm not micromanaging Lee for a start, because I hate it when that happens, and just so that I'm busy, and hopefully meaning we have a bit of an earlier day Thursday and we can just go down to the pub and pretend we're at work, because Jordan's in France at the minute, so when the cat's away, you know. That is as far as I can go with that. I've got the cable here, but without the gland and the clips, I'm not going to bother doing much more. I've got the cable clipped around. I like to drill out the corner of the brick so that when it runs round, you haven't got like a 90-degree bend. The bigger cables just don't bend very well like that. To be honest, no cables really bend very well like that. So just chiseling that little bit off the brick and smoothing it out so that it can have a nice sweeping bend round the corner will just increase the life of the insulation on the outside of the armouring. Fancy a Toby Carvery though. Lee has crushed it. What I want to do is comment if you have any questions about our way of doing things, so that you can agree with them, disagree with them, learn from them, whatever, then just ask. I do count points now that I'm working for Jordan, but I'm trying to convince Jordan not to count points anymore. I really don't see the point in doing it. I find it really tedious. I just don't see what it adds to the certificate in terms of information. When you're in a really occupied house that's really full of like furniture and things, how are you going to count every point accurately anyway? So you're always slightly limited. So I tend to just do a sample. I just get a feel for the size of the room. Say it's a bedroom with 4 or 5 sockets in it, I'll just take off 2. If it's a living room or something with 10, then I might take off 3 or 4. And then even then, depending on how it is, if I take one off and it looks really rough and not being wired great, then I'll take off more. If I take a couple off and they're really good condition and you get a feel for the place, then I'll check less. We're gonna go get some lunch now. You might as well come and join us. Very late lunch, but I'd rather go and like eat my lunch at 2 or 3 o'clock and know that I'm not having to go back. Oh, that? Perrier? No, it's water. I think they sponsor Lewis Hamilton. We've got the cert now, so with Vespula, it can be a little bit tricky tying up all the observations to the photos and the actual pictured observations. So I'm just gonna go through the cert now with Lee.
Bit different, isn't it?
Oh, that looks nice. I would have something like that, but I'm trying to avoid meat. I'm on a bit of a diet. I'm just trying to watch what I eat. I probably won't have dinner tonight. Well, that's a lie. I will. This plate weighs an absolute ton. I reckon I'm going to put on at least that much weight temporarily. It's all vegetarian though. Mushroom pie, and it's really good. Highly recommended. This episode's actually sponsored by Toby Carvery. We're here by this charge point, which we haven't installed. We just needed somewhere relevant to do an outro, which that seems relevant to us. So yeah, we're all done for today. Everyone's got on really well, gone through all the paperwork with a nice bit of lunch/dinner, so that was good. Very relaxed day. Now we're just going to go back Thursday, try and smash out some of those remedials, get the board change done, and get some bonding on a few of those things. There's a few faults basically, which in our next video we're going to go into a bit more detail in and how we'll fix them and exactly what it was that was wrong, how we found what was wrong, and how we're going to put what was wrong right. So hope you enjoy it, and in the meantime take care and stay safe. See you on the next one.